All right, everybody, we're going to start very shortly in a few more minutes. Sit back and enjoy the little music. What a subject. What a subject indeed. I know that most people won't catch this, but it has to be said nonetheless. The title speaks for itself. You must smile, bitch. And I find it ironic, very ironic, that this is the most important thing that us Black folks are expecting and needing from each other. Oh, before I say and do this little rant, if you're not new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit the red button, hit the top bell if you need to know when I do uploads, a notification on the Chaos Rain channel. Also, you can now communicate me or follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7 with the number 7. And you could also follow me and hit me up on Facebook, titled Eric Rain, Erick, and last name is the Rain. And you'll know it's me because you see the nice little serpent of the sea of chaos. What else? You can also follow me on audio podcasting, Anchor, Spotify, etc. I'm trying to put in season 2 and some of the other shows on there as well. So I'm also on podcasts as well. Hold on, guys. Just want to do this quick thing, and then we'll probably start. Oh, another thing to let people know, because I won't be doing this month per se, but I would say by going on following the next month, I'll try to put out some more content of my liking. I'm saying I'm just gonna oh, what's going on? Hold on. Sorry guys, I just did something. I'm just finding something. I'm just doing this quickly. Try and knock this out the way. I think she might be at work, but I'll put this out the way. And I'm trying to. I don't expect people to take the link. I'll put it here. For those that want to agree to screw me. This ain't gonna be very lengthy, people. Because I'm on time constraint right now. I'm just looking around. Okay. All right. That's good. Let's begin. Now, why I say that you must smile? Because in the world where there's wolves and there are very aggressive and chaos amidst ourselves, that's all you have as a lady or as a woman. Last time I checked, ladies, you must smile. This is not something a man is gonna beg you or demand. Either you smile or you don't fucking smile at all. But I'm letting you know there are repercussions and consequence for said action. And I don't like these words said, but there is what we see consequence now amongst the so-called Black community. What I've noticed with other races of people, especially women, regardless of circumstance, that they know to get anything or potentially maybe demand amongst their group of men, they have to carry this in a certain way where the men sees and find a feminine woman. And to have a stinky face or what they call a shit face on an everyday basis, you do not get nothing. Hell, you even lucky if you're getting some actual dick from a man, if possible. Oh well, I'm not really that old. Well, not that old, but you know, now is what it is, brother. But I appreciate it. Thank you. My thing is this: I say you must smile because that's the only actual safety precaution in a world amongst wolves. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm not gonna pay attention too much to the chat. I get distracted. But thank you, brother, on the chat room. So my thing is this: when the black man asks, and the ones that come approach you, whether in a sexual manner or not, and I use the word sexual loosely because nowadays I be out here and I don't know what the intention of the average black man on the average or any man in general, ladies. What the hell is this? In general. Oh, I'm sorry. But I know that a man, especially the black man today, They'll tell you what it is and how you're going to get a different outcomes. And I think a lot of women are not learning at this point what outcomes they're seeking when interacting with the opposite sex, i.e., this black man or any man. But for the sake of conversation, we're going to talk about black people dealing with us. That this is the only way you're going to get a different outcome, ladies. And there's no other way around. There's no plea, there's no negotiation, etc. What Mr. Samuels has shown to you ladies and has explained, and he's not the only black man. There are many black men in many spaces have been saying this and been reiterating this for some time now. That your attitude and how you carry yourself is the end result why your life is a reflection what you're not really getting what you want. Especially if you're not an attractive woman. If you're flat out but ugly, you get no results. But if you look like you're decent and you carry yourself manners wise, how you move, hell, even how you even carry yourself, how you dress, and you hear enough men say you have to dress a certain occasion when you're around amongst other groups of people, including other men. It's just simple, ladies. But like I said, majority of the women today, black women, have no home training. I'm sorry. Right? They want to criticize me or complain all they want. I don't see no home training amongst us as people. And especially black women. And the woman's not home trained properly, i.e. by the mother teaching what they should be knowing, then obviously your children are going to be a reflection, especially this black boy. Which nowadays, some of these black boys do get out of hand, but misguided and disturbing children is a reflection of parenting. I notice now a lot of parents that are millennials, and we could say some Gen Xers, but let's say millennials and maybe a few Gen Zs here and there. They don't take the time to really put their foot down and what the outcomes they want out of their children. And not every outcome demands that you be abusive. And I'll say this because I listen to Miss Wanda, Auntie. Yes, she has some points, and I say some points, but nonetheless, they're not really truly valid. Because let's be honest, today's average black woman, I'm sorry to say, think it operate like a man. You can tell by their demeanor, how they move, how they interact, and how they deal with conflict. Every time with them in their thick, it's always a form of fighting, like there's some physical abuse that where they got to protect themselves, fight like they're going to physically fight a man. And to me as a man, when I see and hear that, I could conclude that you have been mentally effed up and you do need some psychological therapy, which that might have to require some pills. Take your meds, bitch. Just like some of these dudes that have the same mental illness that is derived because there's no actual structure in his development. Hell, some of these boys are being even touched by even before they even reach the age of 10. Just like some of the women. And this is all reflective, ladies, that no male in a household for these predators to get close to children. It's reflective. Nothing really special, bro. I'm just laying this out. Just sit back and listen. And let's be honest. Let us be honest. Everything is reflective. Very much reflective. And you see by the title, I'm not sure why people are getting caught up by the title itself. I might edit the last word of the title just to be clarity, because let's be honest here, guys and ladies, y'all do not gravitate by order. You actually gravitate by chaos. If it's not chaos, you ain't gonna listen to this bullshit. And I'm trying to be very much liberal with this, but I had to call out and be honest why you don't smile. Because you chose not to effing smile. That's why. And because your shit face and your demeanor, what you get out of life is an outcome. Now, mental illness is needed and it's going to constantly push here in the Black community. I'm a proponent for it, and I'm going to keep stressing it as much times as I can. And I will keep bringing on the few therapists that I know well personally, and bring them on my show to really deal with the mental problems, because this will not escape us as people. I'm sorry, it will not escape us. You think this will? You're sadly mistaken. It will not. It will not. And because how you ladies carry yourself and how you're behaving is reflective. And I'm telling you right now, ladies, to a lot of these Black men that will say they can protect you or will not, everything's reflective at the end of the day. It's not right, nor is wrong. But to sit there and feel that continue the path you're going and think you can get a different outcome, you are delusional in your rhetoric. And what's going to happen? A lot of these dudes that's either staying in this community or already decided to check out, it's expected. And the men are going to keep telling you this time after time, and the rhetoric is not going to change, ladies. But you could learn. If you want a different outcome, you have to come and listen to men. Whether you respect the men in this community or not. Or you feel that you're free or independent, which is a delusion. You're not independent free. You get me? Everything you need is still coming from another institution, i.e. a man. Whether it's big government or not. And you're just going to have to accept it. You're just going to have to accept it. And let's be fair. This system's giving you trinkets at the end of the day. And not really giving anything of value. And I'm looking down here now. Just checking this. Okay. And my thing after hearing all this, and I noticed that a lot of dudes been doing a lot of podcasts and streams about Black women not smiling, and they're revealing why they smile and said it's offensive, like somebody's going to try to have sex with you. I look at it and say, knock it off, bitch. Knock it off. It's not that fucking serious. My thing with all this, to be fair and honest, if the man has not taken the pussy, like literally taken it, then that means he wasn't really that serious if he really wanted it. And if he did take it and he really did that to you, like did that to you, took it without your consent, it is your responsibility as an adult. And this is why I know why a lot of people are stagnant in their thinking and how to deal with any scenarios that if you come across or you come across a serious, dangerous situation, you must move and conduct yourself of all parameters of what happens if I'm put in a position. What should I do? If the man takes my, what they call it, rapes me, what should I do? What precautions? What phase? If I have not taken a preventive measures, what outcome? What I should do? And this is where knowledge and thinking and rational thinking and solutions has come into your subconscious mind. And this could apply to any age, 18 and above. I know every woman has that mother, grandma, or some. There's some, and this is something known in the Black community. I'm not sure if this slips my mind, but I'm gonna tell y'all personally, there's no Black woman, mother, grandma has never told their own daughters that if somebody touches you in a permit or did something physically, you must report to me, and I will seek to do something. If you're under the age of 16. Now, after 16 and above, you have to be responsible to know if that happens to you, you must take action. I'm not talking about wait 5 years, 3 years, wait for Me Too and all this stupid shit to take action. No, as a Black woman, as you as a black woman, you must take action now. 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 That means you go, you bring your black ass to that fucking police department, nearest one. You tell them what happened. You file the report. You even go as far as go to, if they got medical staff on deck, you go get checked out right away and have a paper trail on that predator. Boom. End of story. And let me tell you why you need to do this. And this applies to all race of men. Because now you have created what we call a paper trail. It's something that is documented on record, and now you leave it under to the police department or the state to take action. Especially if you are single and you have no, and if you don't have no brothers. And I'm gonna tell y'all ladies about bring your brothers involved. That's good. It's nice. It's honorable. But now because you live in this Western world where everybody gets locked up for whatever reason, and now they just sit there incarcerate men for less. You have to move a little differently in this world. Because at the end, you're not dealing with the consequence. A man is. So what's the best way to get the best outcome so your man doesn't take too much of a serious, harsh consequence in this system, this so-called militarized government? And me and Great Liberator had this conversation about this. And see, I see people just left. See, that's reflective. Very reflective. Very reflective. That you have your paper trail. So that if you have your brothers on deck and he has come across and he's trying to do something or whatever certain nature, now your brother could step in because now it's already filed as a police report. So that means now he's on a database as a predator. So if your brother sees this criminal, this rapist, he could put hands on him and he will not do much time in jail of any nature. And how I know? Because listen, once you're filed in a society that you have attempted some form of sexual act, now they have to do something. That's where, you know, your brother now comes in and he's more protected now because let's say he's confronted and he did something. Now, he cannot deal, he will not be punished by the full extent of the law because you already reported that this man did this. And all your brother did was he stepped in and dealt with it swiftly after you have not stepped in to try to do something, handle it. And normally there's a timetable to let law enforcement come in to handle it. Now, if they don't handle it at a certain timely fashion, then, you know, if you have brothers that and you tell them and they feel they had to step in, now he can make that decision now. But if you don't involve the law right there and there, and he did some what they call vigilante acts, he will be prosecuted full state of law because you're supposed to leave that with law enforcement. Supposed to leave that law enforcement. But like I said, we don't think about or do these things because we don't leave no trails of paper of evidence. And rape is taken seriously in America. Don't be fooled, ladies. I've seen enough news articles and stuff that people that did something years, 10 years ago, or have done something recently are doing time in jail, whether they're black or white. And I think most black people get more hurt more the worse because let's be honest, when we talk about prison systems, mostly they target more non-white people because they need the jails fill up with people that are non-white on the average for that labor. So don't be fooled. But like I said, if you're confronted with these things, yeah, no, because we have to be honest here, brother. And we have to be fair and honest. I'm just laying this out now because now we have to look at resolutions to everything because you get the same outcome. Now, if they don't listen, that's their problem. You get me, bro? And let's be honest, if they come after people that's talking truth, that are podcast creators or content creators, then it tells you that they don't want no solutions. They want the problem and keep bitching and complaining about the problem. And I'll be honest with you, the last thing as any person in this environment, you should be concerned about the problems and not thinking, how can I alleviate these problems, or what things to precautions so I don't run across these issues. There has to be now conflict resolution solutions to every little thing. There cannot be constantly problems and then still sit back and go back to the environment and deal with the problems again. That tells me you're insane. You're mentally retarded. You're stupid if you're a woman. Now, men, obviously, men deal with the environment as accordingly. Some men do their best they can avoid getting in trouble, and some men get in trouble for a reason because they have to or they don't have to. The point is this: in the world where we're running and we're dealing with men, men by default deal with other men accordingly, right? They're brave, they're scared or not. Men move certainly different in the world than women. And women must understand the reason why you move the way you do, because really there's no consequence. In America, there's not enough consequence for women for certain small actions. So really, truly, if you're a woman in America, particularly black women, you're actually okay. You're actually more safe and precaution for your actions. I have not seen from watching a lot of media outlets when women, especially our women, engage in behaviors that's not appropriate, doing serious time in jail. Hell, I see women fight against other women for small shit. Hell, I've seen women, let's say, fight other men with boldness without no fear. So, like I said, women, they know what they're doing at the end of the day. That's all I gotta say. They know what they're doing. My thing is, at the end of the day, that, like I said, you get what you deserve in the world. The world doesn't owe you or me any understandings, and that is just a fact. We wish the world was much more nicer and cleaner place, but it is not. It is very much a rough, evil place where, your life is very much, if not careful, uncertain. So, like I said, the smiling act factor of things, you have to carry yourself a certain way, ladies, if you want a different outcome. I never tell y'all this. I think most men, be honest, blunt, honest, they're just gonna avoid you. That's all. I'm sorry, it's sad to say that, but it is just gonna avoid you, and it is what it is. I mean, I still deal with you because I still have to function in the world, interact with people, men, women in general. But most average black men, if they see you with that shit face, the that mean mugging, like you like one of them athletes or one of them professional boxers stuff, they're just gonna avoid you. They're just gonna look at you and keep it pushing. The average male, and I think most Gen Zs are the ones that are gonna probably avoid you most. I see a lot of Gen Zs now don't want to interact or deal with black women, young ones especially. So, like I said, these are very much weird times, troubling times indeed, very troubling. I would expect most of us as people, as we older, we should be more mature in our actions and our behaviors. But I feel when they talk about maturity between the black community, I've concluded that most black people don't really start to rationalize their thinking until they reach late 20s, roughly 27, going on 28. But other than that, and even at that age, some of them still gonna behave like children, and still have an adolescent mind, because we're groomed to be functioning in insanity as backwards as people. I like to say, like Amos Wilson said, you're thinking and moving and operating backwards to make the world as it is, and to have our communities operate the way it is. We have to operate and think backwards. And I have to agree with the great elder Amos Wilson about that. And he was not lying. And he said that 26 years ago. I mean, so, like I said, the purpose of this stream is to really lay out that rational think of, and tell you honestly, is that you have to smile more. There's no in-betweens. This is not a negotiation. I know the world's shitty. I know the world's rough, but at the end of the day, you gotta smile in this bullshit. Because the world, what it is, it won't get any better, it won't get nicer. So to come out and operate with a disgusting demeanor will not help you. And a damn sure won't help you with the opposite sex. And most men are telling you, and they're going to keep, and matter of fact, it's going to be a point they're not going to say that. Because now I hear most men say that they're going to get attacked by it. They're going to get cussed out. All this stupid shit. If it gets to that point, which I think it is now, most men nowadays, what they're gonna do is they're just gonna ignore you. And if you get attacked from any race of man, either black man or non-black man, most of those men, boys, which they already shown already from what I'm seeing for the videos, are just gonna ignore it. They're just gonna step by and watch you get pummeled. And I don't want to see that. As a man, I don't like to see women or kids or anybody get pummeled for a reason. No one intervenes. But the way how we carry ourselves, especially how y'all carry yourselves, ladies, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't want to see that. But, like I said, you carry yourself in a very masculine demeanor. So most boys that are adults see that you don't need help because you act and operate like them. And we all know most young boys that are men, they're not going to just go into conflict like that. The only time we see any male engaged in conflict recklessly, by default, he's been raised by a fucking woman. It's just that simple. It's just real talk. So I think that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, 30 minutes. That'd be good enough. That's all I'm going to say. On this, for those that's listening, and this is an impromptu stream, little short little upload, I like to call it. I hope y'all got something out of this. I'm not sure how the comment section is going to look at this. I doubt it's going to be very much dirty. I think people are going to be respectful in the comment, hopefully. But I had to say it out because let's be honest. I mean, I see it as a problem in our communities, but now that I really sit back and reflect on it, that this should not be a big issue if you're a woman. That smiling should not be an issue. But when I'm hearing the excuse why you do it, I'm looking at it, you crazy as fuck. Men like to be around feminine women, period. You're not gonna change man's nature, ladies. And I'm be honest with y'all, with non-black women, I could see why non-black women, i.e. Caucasian women, go to school, certain universities to learn to study black men, like Dr. Tiasan Johnson mentioned, because they want to interact and be with a man. And if they can't get one of their own man, hell, the second best thing is get a potential black man or a black man that might be doing something as the next best thing. And if they had to go to school to study and learn how to interact with black men, it's telling that you have it very easily and you're very privileged, and you just don't give a fuck. But like I said, most women today, they feel they're entitled to a man, regardless how they look, how they carry themselves, their behavior, even they don't keep their weight, their health in order, and they think they're entitled to the whole world. And I'm telling you, ladies, that's not how the world works. You get me? And the pool of men that will take you on that, by default, these men that take on have self-esteem issues or they have no options, one or the other. Men gotta be around women that act and conduct themselves like fucking women. You're not gonna change that. I guarantee you, the one of the decent looking of our women that carry themselves a certain way, I guarantee they won't have no problem getting a man. And if they do all right, they will keep a man. Besides all the face about if man's going to cheat or not, that's not the point of this conversation. The point is this: you got to carry yourself a certain way to get the man that you want, or the man that you feel is suitable enough that you could keep around. You get me? And you gotta stop with this delusion that you look for a perfect man. There's no such thing as a perfect man. That's fairy tale shit. That's Disney shit. That's that Cartoon Network type of shit. And I tell most young adults, especially young black women or women that's my age or older, that you need to stay away from fairy tales. I would tell you straight up, turn off the TV. I would tell you straight up, turn off social media if you're that delusional. You should not be on it because you're doing yourself harm and good. So that's all I'm saying. And let me see if any comments in the section. I'm gonna wrap this up. Let's look. Okay, looks like the comment section. I already answered from the comment section earlier, so that's all I'm gonna say on here. Let me do this. Come on, guys. All right, so I'm gonna leave you off with this little music. I like to thank everybody that listened in to today's stream. Catch me on the next stream. Like always. Until next time. The chaos reigns.